Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Appropriations Committee. This is March 22nd, 2022, and today is our first day of hearings on bills after crossover. That means that they are sponsor only in most cases. That we do have once in a while a bill that we have not heard that we will allow more testimony. But today we do have almost all just sponsor only bills. And the first one we're pleased to have is Senate Bill 228, which is a bill we did hear over here on our side, the Maryland Corps Program revisions. And the sponsor is Senator Ferguson, the president of the Senate. So welcome.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair, members of the Appropriation Committee. It is a pleasure to be here on your first day of crossover and be in front of you all for something that I have a great deal of care and passion for, and is something that is not new to this committee, who has worked on this program in the past. Senate Bill 228 is the cross-file of Delegate Rosenberg's House Bill 443. This is a pretty substantial alteration to the Maryland Corps program here in the state of Maryland. What you have the bill, you have the fiscal note. I think the bigger and more important aspect here is the why. Why does this matter and why now? The Maryland Corps program was created back in 2016 as a board to enhance the opportunities for Maryland, especially young people between the ages of 18 to 25, to have opportunities to do a year of service. We launched this board. Unfortunately, the board members had not been named because the board had not been funded. In 2020, we passed an appropriation that won't be available until FY23. But in that time, a lot of things have changed. The world has changed in many very dramatic ways. And fundamentally, one of sort of my own personal philosophy beliefs is that we are at a place where kind of the democracy is seeing some frayed edges. People are having a difficult time seeing their commonality between one another. And I fundamentally believe, based on my personal experience teaching in the city through an AmeriCorps program through Teach for America, it was the experience that I had in the classroom learning from students and other teachers who had different backgrounds that I did, and totally changed my entire perspective of life. And I think that fundamentally, when people are able to work together and solve problems across lines of difference, that is how we remind ourselves that we are stronger as a unified people than not. And so the idea with this legislation is to really dramatically enhance the opportunity for young people in the state of Maryland to serve their communities across the entire state. A lot of times people think of years of service, and too often there are so many barriers for people who don't come from higher economic backgrounds that they don't get the opportunity to participate in these programs. And so what the bill in front of you does is turns the Maryland Corps program into a national model. It creates a quasi-public agency that it will become the forward-facing entity that does all direct liaisoning with AmeriCorps. So it has the direct communication with AmeriCorps. There's enormous opportunity down the next few years with climate corps, with historic trust corps, with opportunities for the expansion of public service across the state. And we need a coordinated entity that can be that intermediary for the state of Maryland to ensure that these opportunities are happening, not just in urban and suburban cores, but across the state, in rural, in Western Maryland, and Eastern Shore. The bill includes an appropriation. The ultimate goal is that we will get to a point at full scale that we will have the opportunity for up to 5,000 young people to be able to participate in a year of service if they so choose. That wouldn't happen right away. There's a lot of building out that has to happen in the meantime. But the Maryland Corps Board would be that entity that facilitates between AmeriCorps and local entities that would be facilitating local needs. So if it's working on the Chesapeake Bay, if it's working in the historic trades, it's giving young people the opportunity to get workforce experience, figure out who they are, and work with people who have different backgrounds than them. In this post-recovery period, I think it is so important that we set a new pathway forward for how we engage and interact with one another. And that's why I feel so passionately about the power of service and what the Maryland Corps program can and will be if we move forward. Final note, I just want to say, in this committee's infinite wisdom, There was in the budget that is on the floor, I think, incorporated money that was allocated initially in the Senate, and this brilliant committee sought fit to continue to keep that funding in the budget in the rainy day fencing. So I want to thank this committee and its members for such thoughtful legislating. And so the funding is incorporated within the budgets that have at least moved through both chambers partially. With that, Madam Chair, just wanted to say thank you, and thanks to my cross-file Delegate Sandy Rosenberg, who at the time was working with then Delegate Heddleman, now Senator Heddleman, as we've sort of been working for several years to try and turn this Maryland Corps program into a truly a national model. And I think we have the opportunity to do that this year.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Are there any questions of the sponsor? Okay, thank you. And yes, I'm very aware that we agreed with the Senate on that budget item.
Just so grateful for that thoughtful decision making.
Thank you. Have a great day. Okay.
You all as well. Thank you. Take care.
You're welcome. And there's a lot of written testimony, by the way, that has come in on this bill for the committee to pay attention to. We're now going to move to Eric Brenner, who will be presenting for Senator Guy Gazzoni on Senate Bill 593, Department of Transportation Spending Affordability Committee reports.
So good afternoon, Chair McIntosh, Vice Chair Chang, and members of the Appropriations Committee. As introduced, my name is Eric Benner, here on behalf of Senator Gazzoni to present Senate Bill 593, the Department of Transportation and Spending Affordability Committee reports. The purpose of Senate Bill 593 is to prepare for the 2023 legislative session, when the General Assembly will have the authority to add to the executive's budget. The bill requires the Spending Affordability Committee to annually set additional fiscal goals that will guide legislative decision-making on the budget, and requires additional reporting from the Maryland Department of Transportation to identify projects newly added to the budget by the executive and determine the construction cost of projects the General Assembly adds to the budget for planning. Senate Bill 593 passed unanimously out of the Senate and the cross-file. House Bill 891 passed unanimously out of your committee and on the House floor. We ask for a favorable report.
Very good. Thank you very much. Anyone have any questions? Very good. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Tell the good chairman we said hello.
Will do. Thank you.
And we're now going to turn to Senator Elfreth, who I think is going to be here for a while.
Well, Madam Chair, I'm actually doing the pension bills.
You're doing them all?
Yeah. She's got her own bill. We were just talking about this, since the co-chairs usually handle their chamber. So I'm giving Sarah a break.
Wait a minute. Which one? All right. The next bill is 411. Who's doing that?
That would be me, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So you're going to be here for that, and then we're going to have to.
I'm happy to stay for the whole.
We're going to have then.
I'm going to be record time on the pension bills. I'm going to make Delegate Barnes look slow.
Yeah, because we like it when Delegate Learman comes back to appropriations. You know that. So
I did orchestrate this clearly to bring Delegate Learman back. But
well, why don't you present 411 for us, Senator? It's good to have you always.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Senator Sarah Elfreth here to present Senate Bill 411, the Maryland Senator Edward Casamara College Investment Plan, State Matching Contribution, Age of Account Holder. We all know, this committee knows very well, the incredible value of our 529 Save for College plans. It's one of the most generous in the nation and is helping families across Maryland prepare to send their kids to secondary and higher education. The committee is also very well aware that there's been some challenges. There's been some clear waste, fraud, and abuse of this program over the years. Last year, we brought you a bill to clean up the majority of that waste, fraud, and abuse. But kind of like whack-a-mole, another issue has popped up in the interim. And I'd like to thank Delegate Kathy Forbes for working with me on that last year's bill and this year's bill to whack one more mole and prevent further waste, fraud, and abuse with this very simple bill, which would just clarify that the account holder themselves has to be 18 years old of age in order to create the account. This bill passed unanimously in the Senate. The cross-file of the House bill passed unanimously in the House. The bills are identical. And with that, Madam Chair, I'm very happy to stay for the pension bills. I know Delegate Lerman will crush it, but on Senate Bill 411, I would request a favorable committee report.
Thank you very much. And by the way, having just prepared our taxes for the year, I'm very aware that my household makes a contribution for two little wonderful kids that are in Delegate Solomon's district. Okay.
It's a great program. We want
It's
to
a
make
great
sure the
program.
integrity remains.
Right. Thank you.
Thank
Any
you.
questions of the sponsor? Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And now we'll have our own Delegate Learman present the pension bills.
Okay, so SB 409,
Yes.
this is the State Retirement Pension System COVID bill. This passed unanimously out of the Senate and has already passed the House. So I ask for a favorable report.
Thank you.
SB 410, this is the Teachers Retirement and Pension System. This has to do with reemployment. This also passed the Senate unanimously and the House unanimously. I ask for a favorable report.
Thank you very much.
Let's see, what else do we have? SB 739. This is the State Retirement and Pension System investment decision. This is compensating our investment managers. This passed the Senate unanimously and passed the House 117 to 12. And I ask for a favorable report.
Good.
SB 1005. This is the Russian divestment bill, which passed both the Senate and the House unanimously. And I ask for a favorable report. Is that it? Did I miss any?
No.
502.
502. Which one's
502.
that? Oh, this is an administration. This is our annual roundup of correcting errors in the pension statute. So pass the Senate unanimously and ask for a favorable report.
All right. And you did 739, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Are there any questions from anyone from on the committee on any of these pension bills? We have dealt with them, Senate's dealt with them, and we're ready to deal with them again. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank
Delegate.
you.
Now going to move to, I believe, yes, Senate Bill 04, Senator Hester. Is she in the room?
I do not see Senator Hester in the room. Senator Young is in the room, however.
Okay, let's go to Senator Young.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I'm here for Senate Bill 50, Return Peace Corps volunteers. The bill simply asks that Marylanders that join the Peace Corps when they return to Maryland be treated as in-state students. Unfortunately, for some reason, when they've come back and wanted to go to universities, they've been treated as out of state. And so we're just asking for the same status that military and AmeriCorps people get. Passed the Senate unanimously, and I think passed the House 129-4. Thank Delegate Hill for doing it on that side. I believe the bill's in identical posture, and I'd ask for favorable consideration.
Okay, any questions? Yeah, I think we've done that bill twice. I hope we finally get it done this year. Any questions for Senator Young? Seeing none? Thank you very much.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah, sure.
Hope you reconsider. We're losing too many good people like you.
Oh, thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
But we don't do reconsiderations on this committee, though, you know.
Okay.
We have, what's this come back?
I'll let you know when we're ready to do it. They didn't join on time.
Okay. All right. Now, do we have Senator Hester? How about Senator Wallstriker? Do we have any senators? I love this.
Walled Striker is coming into the room now.
Good. And you might, by the way, text Senator Hester.
We have.
All right. Senator Wall Striker.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like me to go ahead?
Yes, please.
Thank you. This Senate Bill 144, relates to the Recovery of False Claims Act penalties for agencies that are not traditionally appropriated. This is a direct cross-file of Delegate Bartlett's House Bill 391, which your committee has already passed. The bills are in the exact same posture right now. They have the exact same amendments on them. So I would ask Madam Chair and members of the committee for a favorable report.
Very good. Any questions of the sponsor? Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
All right. Do we have Senator Bidle, Senator West, Senator King?
Senator Hester is entering the room now.
Oh, very good. We'll go back to Senate Bill 04 and 40. Senator Hester? There she is. That's in. Thank you, Senator Hester. Nice to see you. I think you're on mute.
I hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You all aren't used to, you're getting out of touch with this Zooming stuff, aren't you? Because you've been in
we
person.
are.
Yeah.
I was engaged in a debate on my own bill at EHE, so I had to pop over here.
Yeah.
A committee full of people, but it's wonderful to be with the committee. Thank you so much, Madam Chair, for having me over.
Absolutely. We're going to do Senate 4 first and then 40.
Great. So I'll make these brief, but first, Senator Katie Fry-Hester for the record. Chair McIntosh, Vice Chair Chang, and members of the committee, thank you for your consideration of Senate Bill 4, which would expand the current cybersecurity public service scholarship. Just to refresh your memory, SB 4 is almost identical to the bill introduced by Delegate Lukey, HB 24, which is committee amended and passed unanimously in February. The bill expands the scholarship to include part-time students, and by adding county governments and municipal governments to the list of eligible public service requirement for employers. The only difference made by the Senate is on page 5, lines 16 and 18. It clarifies that our intent is that the service obligation for part-time students shall be equal to that of a comparable full-time student.
Okay.
So if it takes you 4 years to do a degree part-time, but it would normally take you 2 years, then your public service commitment would be 2 years. And as such, I would request a favorable report on SB 4.
Very good. Any questions of the sponsor? All right. Let's move to Senate Bill 40.
Great. Once again, Senator Katie Fry-Hester for the record. Chair McIntosh, Vice Chair Chang, and members of the Appropriations Committee, thank you for your consideration of SB 40, which will require the Interagency Commission on School Construction to consider systemic renovation projects above $100,000 in cost. So basically, this bill is once again almost identical to a bill sponsored by Delegate Watson, HB 68, which you heard on February 1st. Just to refresh your memory, as it currently stands, the IAC only considers systemic renovation efforts if the projects are valued over $4 million. And due to this requirement, many high-impact, low-cost projects are disqualified. When we passed the Build to Learn Act in 2020, many of us anticipated funds from revenue bonds being used equally to cover new construction as well as renovation. However, many projects, including things like boiler replacements or roofing, fall below that $4 million mark. This simple bill clarifies that projects over $100,000, be it new construction or deferred maintenance, are eligible for funding in the Built to Learn Act. In the Senate, we had both Baltimore and Howard County executives sending in favorable testimony. For these reasons, I respectfully request a favorable report on Senate Bill 40.
Thank you. Any questions? Any questions? Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you so much.
All right. I see Senator Bidle in the room. It's great to see you, Senator.
Great to see you.
Are you
Delegate.
ready for Senate Bill 255?
I am. Good afternoon, Chair McIntosh, Vice Chair Chang, and members of the Appropriation Committee. This should be an easy one. Thank you for the opportunity to present Senate Bill 255 to you. It is the cross file of House Bill 90. It's already been passed out of the House and is into the Senate, and the two bills are in the same posture. If you'd like an additional description, I can continue.
No, that's quite fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions of Senator Bidle? Okay, seeing none. Have a great afternoon. Okay.
Thank you.
Senator West, I see you. You have 127 and 260.
I do. Thank you, Madam Chair, and I see you too. I will say it is unusual to be conducting a hearing remotely because in the Senate, we've been doing it live.
I know.
Reorient myself here.
I know. I don't apologize, but you know, there's more of us than there are you, and we've been
I know.
extra cautious. So
I know, but I've got to get back into the sync of doing it this other way. Which bill would you care to hear first?
127, sir.
Okay. This is the bill about police athletic leagues.
Yes.
Police athletic leagues are after-school drop-in programs that provide a safe environment for young people living in crime and violence-prone areas. The programs provide an array of activities ranging from athletics to personal development and are supervised by local police and community volunteers. The PALs, as they're called, break barriers by providing a unique opportunity for youth and law enforcement officers to build meaningful relationships and trust. The need for PALs is ever more prevalent today as police controversy and mistrust have permeated the public discourse, conveying negative messages about police to Maryland's youth. We need to communicate some positive messages to our young people. The state has supported PAL programs through the Governor's Office of Crime Prevention, Youth and Victim Services, which we used to call GOCAP, and now it has an unpronounceable acronym. In 2018, the Hogan administration awarded $250,000 to a couple of cities in the state to start programs. Baltimore County has 9 programs, PAL programs, that have experienced success. So as amended in the Senate, Senate Bill 127 looks differently now than as originally drafted. It provides that for fiscal year 2024, the next fiscal year, the governor shall include in the annual budget bill an appropriation of $500,000 to GOCAPS, we're the successor named organization, to provide grants to local governments and organizations for creating and supporting PAL programs. By 2022, December 1st, the GOCAP must report to the General Assembly about the PAL programs and the potential for police athletic league programs to change behavior in the communities in which the programs are implemented. So as amended, that's what this bill does. As I recall, it passed the Senate unanimously, and I would hope for a favorable report in the House.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Next bill is 260.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. 260. When a property, this is a little complicated, but let me explain it. When a property owner decides to rent its property, it typically hires a broker to market the property. And it creates a pro forma financial statement for the out years, setting forth the projected rental income for the property and the property maintenance costs that it expects to incur. In most modern leasing contracts, the new tenant pays the broker a commission for the broker's services. And the broker in turn shares a portion of the commission known as the broker rebate fee with the owner of the property. Both the broker rebate fee and the costs that the property owner expects to incur to maintain the property during the term of the lease are components that are set forth in the pro forma financial statement. So the Maryland Department of General Services, DGS, controls an enormous amount of leasable space here in the state of Maryland. DGS contracts with CVRE, which is an international commercial brokerage firm, to act as the broker for the state's leasable properties. And when CVRE negotiates a lease on behalf of DGS, the new tenant pays CVRE a broker's commission. DGS, in turn, has negotiated with CVRE for a broker rebate fee, which averages approximately 30% of the broker's commission. These broker rebate fees, cover a large part of the state's operating and maintenance costs in connection with the leased properties. Unfortunately for DGS, the broker rebate fees are not remitted to the state at predictable times, and the state's need to spend money to maintain its rental properties also does not occur at predictable times. Now, under current Maryland law, all money received by a state agency during a fiscal year, which is not spent during that fiscal year, escheats to the state's general operating fund at the end of the fiscal year. This property policy makes sense in most cases, but in the case of DGS's broker rebate fees and its need to spend those fees to maintain the rental properties which have generated the broker rebate fees, the timing causes a serious problem. For example, for property A, DGS may receive $100,000 in broker rebate fees in April and book that receipt assigned to property A. In August, DGS may need to spend $60,000 on maintenance attributable to property A. Normally, the expenditure would be booked under property A and would reduce the amount of money available for future property A maintenance to $40,000. But due to Maryland's escheat policy, the $100,000 that was received in April would have escheated to the state on June 30th. And come August, DGS would have no money assigned to its property A account when the maintenance bill comes due. There's a complicated fix for this problem, but it would be so much easier just to leave the broker rebate fees in DGS's account. So that's a long explanation to explain that Senate Bill 260 sets up a special non-lapsing broker rebate fee fund in the Department of General Services. The bill provides that all broker rebate fees would be deposited into the fund, and then expenditures from the fund may only be made in accordance with the state budget, including needed maintenance work. In short, Senate Bill 260 would help DGS to manage its leased properties more efficiently. Furthermore, the cross-file of Senate Bill 260 passed the House unanimously, 138-0. I'd forgotten about that, or I would have said that in my first sentence and they'd been done. So with that long explanation, I hope for a favorable report on this bill.
Thank you. Any questions? You see, you explained it. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Madam
Good to
Chair.
see you.
Good to see you.
Senator King is here, and she will be presenting Senate Bill 332.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of the committee. Senate Bill 332 is an exact cross-file of House Bill 54, which was passed by this committee and the full House, and I need to explain it a little bit. It would require the state to fund 100% of the cost of living adjustments for state employees at St. Mary's College of Maryland. And I ask for a favorable report.
Okay, very good. Any questions? All right, have a great day.
Thank you.
I think we have somebody we know in the room, the former vice chair of this committee. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and you're here for Calvert County.
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, it's great to be back home.
Yeah.
Y'all gave me life for 6 years. I appreciate it. Learned a lot. So, Madam Chair, members of the committee, for the record, Senator Michael Jackson, in my capacity as chair of the Calvert County Senate delegation on behalf of Senate Bill 42, which is a Calvert County bond request. As amended, the bill simply authorizes Calvert County commissioners to borrow monies for projects within the county. The bill sits identical as House Bill 893, which passed your committee as well as the full House.
Right.
So we're asking for a favorable report, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay.
Great to see everybody.
Have a great day. Good to see you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Senator Griffith is here. Senate Bill 458.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair.
Welcome back to Appropriations.
It's always good to be back home. After 13 years spending with this committee, it's good to see all of you. I'm here to present Senate Bill 458, which is a cross-file for House Bill 909. Very quickly, the bill was brought to our attention during a joint committee on pensions this interim. it really dealt with the supplemental retirement plans being asked to report on their minority investments, but we asked them to report it in a way that wasn't consistent with their practice. This bill basically amends the state personnel and pensions article, removing their current reporting requirements and having them report on their investment advisors and fund managers. It also requires them to update the eMaryland Marketplace website consistent with the work that we're doing with DGS. So the bill passed favorably out of the Senate, the cross-file passed favorably out of the House, and I would ask for your favorable support on Senate Bill 458.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions of the sponsor? I see none. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Senator Feldman, is Senator Feldman here?
Yes, I'm here today. Sorry, I'm not on my own laptop. So it says Frederica Struess, but my name is Alec Bergman. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, and honorable members of the House Appropriations Committee. My name is Alec Bergman. I'm a legislative intern for Senator Feldman. Senator Feldman sent his deepest apologies that he's unable to attend today. He's currently in bill hearings right now and asked me to present Senate Bill 419, the Opioid Restitution Fund. The bill provides appropriation, distribution, and expenditure of settlement proceeds to the Opioid Restitution Fund. SB 419 unanimously passed the Senate Finance Committee and was unanimous in the Senate itself. Senate Bill 419 was cross-filed with House Bill 1086, which was sponsored by Delegate Rosenberg. And as you likely remember, House Bill 1086 was unanimously approved by the House Appropriations Committee and was unanimous in the House again as well. Senator Feldman asked for a favorable report on Senate Bill 419. And I just want to thank you guys so much for having me today.
Thank you. Any questions? You did really well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Committee, we do have to go back to Senate Bill 402, which is an administration bill, and no one was signed up when we did those retirement and pension bills. But I believe we have Mr. Castley here today now. Is that true?
He has not joined the waiting room yet.
We'll wait a few minutes. This is a cross file. So. We have anybody here from the administration?
Not yet, Madam Chair.
All right, well.
Move unfavorable?
No. Now, this is a cross file. So maybe we can get him scheduled another day soon, okay? So with that, I move that we adjourn and we'll get this bill rescheduled, okay? Thank you very much. Have a great